Join me as I explore the exciting world of model railways with behind-the-scenes features, step-by-step tutorials, interviews, videos, reviews and much, much more. I'm Dawn Quest and I love building model railways. So as some of you know, Grumpy Cameraman has decided not to come with me to Belgium because he can't get fillet of fish in France. Even though we're not going to France, we're going to Belgium. But you saw the ad I placed asking for a cameraman and I have been successful. I've managed to find a cameraman in France and I'm going to be meeting Pierre tomorrow morning in Calais. It's now 2 in the morning. I'm about to get on the ferry to Calais. A journey ahead, but I'm really looking forward to going to MOBEXPO 24 and seeing all the layouts. But for now, about to get on the boat, and I'll see you in the morning.
If it's Friday, this must be Belgium. If it's Saturday, this must be Genk. If it's Sunday, this must be Antwerp. And Grumpy is staying home. If this is Liège, where are the chocolates? If it's Ostend, where are the fries? If it's Brussels, where are the waffles? And Grumpy is staying home. He's left me here all alone.
So I've arrived in Calais early morning. I did manage to get some sleep on the ferry, so that's good. And now I'm waiting for Pierre, the cameraman, and I'm really looking forward to it because I was thinking it's a chance to work with someone professional, you know, and even cheerful. Really looking forward to it. I haven't had that in a long time, so it's going to be a really good weekend. So just waiting for him now. Oh, I think this is him now. Pierre. Pierre, bonjour. Hello. Lovely to meet you. You've got your camera stuff, yeah? Good. So, excited about the weekend, about the filming?
No, just drive.
Oh, okay then. I'll just put some music on.
Please don't. I hate music.
After I promised Pierre Big Mac, he allowed me to listen to the radio, and so off we set to Sint-Niklaas, where preparations were underway at the exhibition centre for MOBEXPO, and where my stand for Brief Encounter was waiting. And of course, we had a go at our first piece to camera together.
So here we are at MOBEXPO and everyone's just getting set up. And what's great to see is the real mix. There's French, there's German, there's Belgian, there's Dutch and there's Danish. And that's just the free pastries for the exhibitors for breakfast. Now let's go look at the layouts.
But first, Pierre insisted on setting the scene. Why is he filming pigeons? What's this? Pierre, this isn't how Grumpy usually does it.
It is in the French style of cinematography. Atmospheric but pointless. It is art.
That was when things got a little bit heated. So while Pierre was taking his 3-hour lunch break, I decided to do some filming of my own. And as you might expect from a European model railway show, there was a lot of this and this too. So where better place to start than with HO. Anschlusswolf is an HOE gauge layout built by De Bimmelbahner, according to their Facebook page, a group of crazy fans who love nothing better than modelling the narrow gauge railways of Saxony, Germany. It's based on an eye-catching part of the Pressnitztalbahn, which is a heritage line that runs between Steinbach and Jörstadt in Saxony.
Big Thunder Mountain is based on the roller coaster ride at Disneyland Paris, complete with original music. Chateau Migraine, or Migraine, is one of Het Spoor's very own layouts, and it's incredibly popular, having exhibited at Worley, Farnham, Ashford and Canterbury over the years. It's a small layout where the emphasis is on atmosphere and detail. And no, the name isn't because it was a headache to build, but because it's based on a red wine from the Bordeaux region in France. De Oude Haven, or Old Haven, is by the model Spoor Club Maas and Waal. It's set during the 1950s and 60s and shows an inner harbour with working cranes and a raised freight ship. Additional buildings on this layout include an executive house, country cafe and workers' housing. Exhibiting for the first time at MOBEXPO and also first time as a solo exhibitor is Erik Wieringer.
This is a layout of a dairy factory somewhere in the north of the Netherlands, and it's combined with places in Friesland, Groningen and northern of Holland. This is my first time at MOBEXPO. It's also my first time solo on tour, so it was great. Yeah. It was the people that came here were really nice and enthusiastic and polite. Yeah.
Erik also filled me in on the correct protocol for exhibiting a layout at a Belgian or Dutch or other European model railway show, and it's all to do with how you present your layout.
All the layouts have a backdrop with paintings or buildings. You can use photographic backdrops and so. And everything is lighted out and stands quite high, so it's more on eye level. Everything is front operated, and that's because you can communicate easier with the people that come along and watch your layout. You want to make people enthusiastic to also start building nice layouts, and if you talk to them, they understand what you're doing and they understand what the story is behind thing you have built. For all the layouts we have small stands for children.
But what I wanted to know was what about wheelchair users, because I've been at shows where people in wheelchairs have missed out on some, if not all of the layouts, because they've been built to be viewed at eye level while standing.
We came along that once this year, and we didn't got a complaint about it, but we had a discussion about it, how we could provide something for them, so they could see the layout more. And we are working on it. We are thinking about periscopes and so they can see it also on eye level.
Something definitely to think about for all model railway show organisers. Keukendoorp is the new model layout by Frank Jespers. It has a circulating track with connections to a biscuit factory, brewery, playground and railway warehouse, and allows for varied traffic. Noah's Ark seems to be missing an elephant. Perhaps it's the one last seen on Andy Hopper's LLR layout I saw last at the Tunbridge show. Amongst all the layouts based on European towns and cities and countryside, it was nice to see this layout from across Le Pond. This is Ontario by Maurice Cleverwall. Very clever indeed. A narrow gauge this one, an HOM layout, Rätische Bahn. Goodness, my secondary school German is all coming back to me. This railway line is very popular in the Swiss Alps and is said to have some of the most scenic landscape in Europe. And right next door was another alpine layout. This one is Tiefengraben by MOBOF, or the Model Construction of Public Transport Association, based in Antwerp. As well as being incredibly tall and good looking, so perhaps it was a good idea that Grumpy wasn't here after all, the Belgians were super friendly. And what I noticed from the crowds and the exhibitors and traders was that the demographic seemed to be quite a bit younger, and it was also good to see some women model railway operators as well.
Tell me about why you like model railways.
And I like it because of the scenery. I like to make little things to enjoy. I worked on this layout by making the trees.
What do you think of MOBEXPO?
It's very nice because it's big and we see a lot of things. You can see other concepts, but you can also buy something. So I think it's a very good concept.
Are there other women modelers in your club?
No, I'm the first one and the only for the moment.
Would you like to see more women involved in model railways?
I think it will be nice for have the female touch in the scenery. But if I see other, I think that the men do also very well if I look on other concepts.
Very diplomatic, Aurélie. Getting towards the end of day one, and I have to say Het Spoor have done an incredible job of organising the smoothest operation here, with over 28 layouts and 50 trade stands as well as workshops. That's no mean feat. Above all, I've been made to feel so very welcome, which has been lovely. Just time for one more layout before we head back to the hotel, and this one is a real treat. It's Fantasia Zoo. It's a whopping layout and incredibly detailed, and incorporates lots of different zoos from around Germany. So back in the hotel at the end of day one, it's been a great day. Saw some fantastic layouts today, a nice mix of Belgium, Dutch, French, German, and very different to what we see in the UK. So we've done some videoing, we'll be sharing those videos. And also I spoke to the club chairman today, Erwin, who explained that Het Spoor is the largest model railway club in Belgium with over 150 members. And I'm really interested to find out how they've managed to do that. So I'm going to be interviewing him tomorrow. Pierre, did you have a good day today?
No.
Oh, well, it didn't really help that you left the tripod in the car, did it? On that note, as I said, a long day. We've got an early start tomorrow. So we're going to grab something to eat and then have an early night. Pierre has booked us into a really nice restaurant, and just get the details. So Pierre, you're apparently going to Busy Bois and I'm going to Pizza Shack. Grumpy,
Who's that?
what are you doing here?
Who is this idiot?
It's not what it looks like, honestly.
Get your fat belly out of my
boys.
shot.
No.
Stop.
Why has he got a better camera than me?
Stop
Give it to me.
No, your camera work is
mind
so
the camera.
amateur.
What are you-
You're getting your fillet of fish
Stop.
all over my
Stop.
lens.
No. Leave my fillet of fish alone.
I am in a mood and will now leave and get a coffee.
Give me the camera.
So shall we carry on filming then?
Alright.
Okay. But wait a minute, I thought you said you weren't coming because of the fillet of fish situation in France.
I flew myself into Brussels.
What do you mean you flew yourself in?
I've got a little plane.
You've got a little plane?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you tell me about this? I mean, are you going to fly me back?
No.
Oh, well. I hate to say it, but I did miss you. Did you miss me?
No. But I've got you this.
What is it?
It's Belgian chocolate.
It's Toblerone. It's Swiss. You got this from duty free, didn't you?
No.
Oh. Do you fancy a pizza?
Alright then.
Come on then, let's go. Day 2, and with Pierre in a half on his way back to Calais, Grumpy and I have been invited to Het Spoor's impressive clubhouse. But first, a quick catch-up with Het Spoor's chair. Congratulations on a fantastic show. What's the secret to hosting such a popular, busy show?
Thank you very much. I think it's especially the enthusiasm of our people, of our freelancers who are everywhere here. Today we were 88 people to organize everything here, and everyone does it with love and love from the heart for our hobby.
Your club, 150 members, the largest model railway club in Belgium. How have you grown it to those numbers?
That's a question we ask ourselves also every time. Why? I think one of the reasons we got lots of place. It's 700 square meters big, our location. We got several scales of model trains. We have a very open society, lots of initiations, lessons, workshops and everything. And I think that's the reason why so many people came from very far, all over Belgium and the Netherlands, to our club.
How many members were there when you took over as chairman?
55 people. But we bought our clubhouse. It's our property, and since the day we bought the property, it's exponential growing every year. So even now we have to make a stop for people who want to join the club.
How important do you think having that clubhouse has been in terms of growing your membership?
It's the most important thing, I believe, because now in Belgium there are very much clubs, societies, but there are only 2 who have their own property. It's ours in Sint-Niklaas, Het Spoor, and one in Wallon in Liege. There's another one, much smaller than ours, but that's the very biggest reason why we have so much members.
Do you think there's a difference in culture here that encourages people to be involved in model railways?
I don't think so. because we visit different countries in the year with exhibitions and everything, but I don't see any difference between the other ones. Controversy, I think we're in Belgium, we still have to grow. When I look at the English, the French people, they're much higher standard than the normal standard in Belgium.
What tips would you give a model railway club who's wanting to grow their membership?
Very important thing is to initiate the people, especially the beginners in this hobby, to join the club and to work with them and to learn everything. That's a very important issue.
You hold workshops. Are those workshops really popular?
Very popular. Depends on the workshop from which subject, but we have workshops who are very specialized, and then we work with 8 or 10 people in one workshop. But we have to give the same workshop 2, 3 or 4 times because there's so much volunteers to work with us.
What is it you like about the UK model railway industry and hobby and the layouts you see?
They're so enthusiastic. They're so enthusiastic, and probably in every village in UK you have a society. It's incredible though how many people, how many members they have, how many people are busy with this hobby, and they're very enthusiastic people.
Well, maybe not grumpy, though he was pretty enthusiastic about Het Spoor for some reason. And now back to the exhibition centre and a trio of trams. Witlove is actually the Belgian name for chicory. And with a special play on words, this tram layout features its own chicory farm. An unusual gauge for this show, at least. Montherme is an N-gauge layout, and an especially breathtaking one at that. It's been created by Club Macatisme Cédonais, and it shows Montherme station located on the SNCF line in the Ardennes region of France. Just as the layout depicts, the railway really does come out of one tunnel, through a small station, across the river, and back into another tunnel. The tree-covered hillsides rise up 3 feet on either side and give this layout an incredibly dramatic effect. An even rarer find. Huet is a TT layout and it's by De Dwarsliggers, which I think means railway sleepers. An Ode to the Scale Modeller is a beautiful creation by Heb Muskant. It's a model within a model of modelers who build models, and it was made originally for the Dutch competition Klein maar fijn, which means small is beautiful. Heb went on to win that competition, and it's not hard to see why. His attention to detail is phenomenal, even down to this steaming cup of coffee. The scale of the diorama is G scale, but the garden railway is Z gauge. It was my first time exhibiting Brief Encounter outside the UK, and I wasn't quite sure how it would be received. Any doubts I may have had were quickly dispelled though. It was lovely to meet so many people who've taken an interest in Brief Encounter, and it was great to receive really positive feedback. What are these?
Unbugs.
Well, that figures. Why have you bought them?
Because they're monochrome.
My neighbours at the exhibition La Briqueterie de Saint-Aubin. This is by Jackie Molinaro and is 1/24 scale. It depicts an old and small brickworks as it would be at the end of the 1950s. The brickworks has a 40cm gauge system to carry the clay from the quarry to the processing plant and to take the newly made bricks to the kiln. Real clay bricks, wood and corrugated metal have all been used in the construction of the buildings. Also exhibiting for the first time at MOBEXPO is L'Impasse du Berlin by David Knobelspies. And from one Berlin to another. This is Le Berlin Port Sec by François Fontana and features self-built locomotives in O gauge Era 1. Last but by no means least, the A4 diorama on tour, a collection of intricate dioramas which show off some pretty impressive modelling skills. And so, some 28 layouts later, it's time to pack up and leave MOBEXPO.
So it's the end of day 2 here at MOBEXPO and the end of the show. Everyone is packing up, I'm packing up too, and we're heading back to the UK. Grumpy is of course flying himself back and I'm taking the ferry. Grumpy, I just wanted to say, even though you are still exceptionally grumpy, it has been kind of nice working with you again, so thanks for coming. And do you have anything to say?
Yeah. Could you give us a lift back to the airport?
If you like this video, please do like, share and of course subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of all my future videos. I'm Dawn Quest and this is Model Railway Quest.